Okay. So, the accessibility settings. First of all, if you turn on audio cues, these are all the things that you're going to get different sound effects for each of the different buttons. If you are partially sighted or blind, you'll want this. This screen will be very helpful to you. But then we have the accessibility settings itself. I'm going to go through each of the options here. So we have presets, and again, we're going to have a look at them. But then there's audio accessibility, so turning on the audio cues I just showed you.
Off. Enables narration of on-screen text. Default setting. Off. L2 button. Page up. R2 button. Page down. Triangle button. Default all. Square button. Default. Touchpad button. Characters. Back button. Back.
We have a wonderfully sounding narrator. You have aim assist, you have lock on camera, you have recenter the camera whenever you press an attack button, and multiple settings. You can change the evade style, evade assistance to help you with dodging attacks. Mini boss checkpoints, could have done with that on in places, but we did a playthrough without any accessibility settings on. Ambient camera sway, camera shake, cinematic smoothing. You can turn off motion blur. You can have a persistent dot of multiple designs to help you not get dizzy. You can have navigation assist, puzzle help, and with timing and aim. You can even adjust the mini games for like whether you want a single button press or moving the analog stick. Repeated button presses, you can change it so that rather than having to mash a button, you could just hold it down. Auto pickup. Oh wow, you can change whether you have to hold a button down when in the shop even. And traversal assist does automatic jumping and climbing up stuff if you struggle with that. Then you can change how you aim and block. You can change how you climb. You can change how you quick turn. You can change how you navigate through your skills, your sprint, how you stun enemies, how you activate Spartan Rage, and the weapon sheathing system. All right, so yeah, pressing a button for a weapon a second time in order to put it away. You've got visual assists, so the axe reflection visualization. This was on by default, and it basically shows you where the axe is going to bounce off before you throw it. Again, that was basically not even an accessibility setting really. Like that was just available to everybody just to help us with those puzzles. But you can actually turn that line off if you want to give yourself more of a challenge. Got different color filters, controller visualization. So you can have a display, like you can show the controller on the screen. Icon size, text size, high contrast, reduce flashing, high contrast display settings, of which there are many, motion sensor aiming on the controller, subtitles controls. My favorite one of these that we did actually bother to turn on is direction indicators. So if a character is talking and they're off screen, you see an arrow to see where they're pointing, so that you know which direction to turn the camera to put the speaking character on screen. I thought that'd be handy for you. And then we've got different presets. So obviously that was a lot of options that I went through, right? We have actually gone through them all now. But to make using the accessibility settings easier, they've organized it into presets. So if you are blind or partially sighted, you'll want to turn on the vision preset here. So you just turn it to on, and then it turns on a bunch of things for you. If you are deaf or hard of hearing, you've got the hearing accessibility preset. If, like me, you have cerebral palsy and you struggle with motor functions like, pressing buttons quickly or holding them down, or repeatedly, you'd want to turn on the motor accessibility preset at the bottom. Even though I have CP, though, I can manage with default settings, luckily, but a lot of my friends cannot. So, if you struggle with traversal, sprinting, combat, lock on, like, that preset's for you. And then the motion reduction preset is for people that get dizzy or have motion sickness, and you can just turn that on there. So again, rather than be overwhelmed by all of these options, you can literally just go into accessibility, go to the top, turn on the preset that matches your needs, and then just play the game. The other thing you can do is you can manually remap every single button on the controller, so you can swap what to press to do any particular thing in the game. And you can even map touchpad swipes to something else. So for example, if you are unable to press the R1 button at all, like it's not comfortable for you, you could have it be on swipe the touchpad up instead. Really, really great control. Anyway, that wraps it up in terms of accessibility and things, it seems. And yeah, you can even look at, like, if you make changes, you've got a screen where you can look at anything that you've done and what all the controls actually are. So yeah, I think we're sorted there, because a lot of these settings about the high contrast display, we see these in the accessibility options as well. So regardless of where you go, you can't miss any options that you need. They've laid it out really, really well. And that is God of War Ragnarok. I really hope everybody loved this playthrough. I know I did. It was my last playthrough of the year. There won't be another big narrative story playthrough until after January the 6th, 2023. The only exception really might be like a first look at Witcher 3 PS5 version on December the 14th. I think that's when it releases. But because that's such a massive game, I think I'll wait till later on in January, or possibly even longer if other games take my fancy. And so what you're going to expect on the channel from now until after January the 6th is just, I'm going to play a variety of games, whatever I feel like playing. It's going to be a different game every day, most probably, just to keep the variety up. You'll see games with friends. You're going to see a lot of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, because I have a lot of family and friends that play that on an evening. I more than likely will do a bonus stream tonight, joining them. We will see. But pretty much every night that I can, I'm going to be on that game with the guys. And then during the day, like I said, it's going to be a mix of stuff. And then, yeah. So, yay for variety. And because there's so many games I wanted to get back to. Like, so many. And again, playing games with friends would be amazing as well. So I'll see what I can organize. But I hope everybody loves what's going to come up on the channel. It's been an amazing year of games, as We Go Boom said earlier. Thank you to everybody that watched the playthrough. And until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.